To the outback. Hey chat, today we're in the Australian outback. Didgeridoo sounds in the background. A single guitar chord is struck as a man says, Hello, it's me, Australia. How's it going? Bring back the warehouse. I was thrown out. How's it going, everyone? How are we all doing today? I'm still sick. I've still got my Stoke flu. The flu of Stoke. It still made me sick. Hi. It's been exactly 200 hours since I last streamed. That's just not true. I streamed MCC. Is that not good enough for you? It's good enough for me. I've got a weird... So this is my first time doing a just chatting stream at this setup. And aside from the fact that I've just, like, my face has been torn apart by shaving, because I'm a child who was never taught how to shave. But aside from that, this is my first time actually looking at my face on this stream setup. I look very peculiar. It feels weird. I look weird. I look wrong. This isn't what I look like. I need to like change the angle or something, but I need to do that after stream now. How are we all doing, chat? How are we all? Speaking of Australia, when is Lovejoy coming to Australia? Oh my god. January 3rd, 2041. Imagine. I'm disappointed. In what? Bad. Good. Oh yeah, I asked how are you doing? How are you doing? You're doing good? Horrible? Bad? Sad? Oh, okay. Lovejoy merch. Tickets are sold out. I'm the Lovejoy ticket help desk for you guys. That's my job now. I didn't, you know what, when I became a musician, when I started writing my dumb little songs, I said to myself, you know what I want the most from being a musician? I want to be in charge of ticket sales. That's what I said. I said, hey guys, when I become a musician and we start going on tour, I want everyone to come to me with ticket sales queries. That's what I wanted. Guys, I can't help you. I can't. I'm sorry. I know they sold out in 2 seconds. I know, and I'm sorry you couldn't get tickets. There's nothing I can do. I'm sorry. I have done something for you though. I may as well get this out of the way now before the entire stream just becomes you guys telling me about sort it, says Cat Jam Sam. Okay, Cat Jam Sam. Now this isn't a promise, So we weren't allowed to play big venues around Europe because no one knows who the fuck we are. We're just a band that's appeared during COVID, and they don't know if they're going to sell any tickets, so they don't want to put us on. And as much as you guys keep being like, oh, Lovejoy has this many monthly listeners, but for all of you that are confused, we announced our tour around parts of Europe, a very small tour around Europe, and tickets went on sale today or yesterday, and they just poof, they all sold, and people are rightfully disappointed and angry. Especially the Polish fans. Can I just say, you guys are fucking loud. I love it. I got a message from like someone who works with Lovejoy, and they were like, there's a lot of Polish people who are really angry. That's what I like to hear, guys. Because that worked out in your favor, Poland, because of what I'm about to tell you. So anyway, the tickets disappeared because of how small the venues are. There were thousands of people wanting to get tickets for a venue that can have like 100 people, which, by the way, we brought up. When they gave us the venue list, we looked and we went, this one in Warsaw, that's only 200 capacity. There's going to be more people than that, right? And they went, yeah, we don't even know if they're going to sell, so we can't do anything about it. We were like, we think they'll sell. I think the tickets will sell. You should get us a bigger venue. And they were like, oh, well, we can't promise anything because we don't know about your fan reach in Poland. So, anyway, you guys made such a big noise about it, and this isn't just Poland, this is all over Europe. There might be extra dates. Maybe. Don't get your hopes up. But there might be extra dates being added on for you Europeans. Because so many of you were so interested. But I don't know. I'm not a ticket salesman. So, yeah. All is not lost. But you might not get into these ones, so it's luck. But yeah, I've always said the reason we can't play big shows off the bat is because no one... Imagine you run a venue. Like, imagine you run like a big stadium or like even just like a big pub and like that holds like 2,000 people, and then this band comes along and says, hey, we want to play at your pub. They're not going to go, yeah, sure. They're going to go, okay, show us how many tickets have you sold before. And our answer is, well, none in Poland. They're going to go, fuck off. But because of how loud you guys were and how much of a big deal you made out of it, we added more. Because the people were like, oh shit, we want to... Because at the end of the day, they just want to make money, don't they? So the minute they saw, ooh, money... Because they don't see you guys as listeners, they see you guys as big walking money. So they were like, ooh, money, yeah. Yeah. Stop saying where you fucking live, alright? It doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. Tell promoters where you live. Tell people who are gonna I can't do anything. You gotta tell the people who book us that you want us. This is how you do it, chat. Every opportunity you can. Who is that? Rambu, come in England, please. I'm always coming in England, Rambu. You can't fucking stop me. Have I not got music on? Have I been talking in silence this whole time? Anyway. You're already famous, Lovejoy. We're really not. How many songs do we have? Like 4? We've got like 12. 12 songs. Let's put some music on. Hell yeah. Music time. Got COVID from Leeds. Should have worn a mask. No, you shouldn't. I'm sorry. That was very rude of me. I'm sorry that you got COVID. I luckily dodged COVID. I got away with it. Although you wouldn't believe it from how ill I sound. But... after 3 COVID tests, I'm pretty certain it's just the flu. But it was an awful flu. It was dreadful. It was actually probably the worst illness I've had this year. Sorry about my hair. I didn't wash my hair today. Don't tell my mum. My mum she'll hit me. How do I get this to the right volume? Come on. Be at the right volume. Come on. Is that too loud, chat? Or is that a good volume? Is that good or bad? Good volume, bad volume? Good volume, bad volume of music? Yes? No? Good? Good? It's good. Okay, sick. How... I want to talk about my tour, because I've been waiting until I felt well enough to stream. I'm going to be honest with you, chat. You don't see it often, because when I don't want to stream, I don't stream, right? But I'm going to be honest with you, chat. For the first time ever, well, for the first time in a long time, I streamed without wanting to stream. And that was for MCC. And I want to thank you all for coming down and watching it and being such good sports. But I don't know if you could tell, chat, I was not well. I was feeling ill. Not a happy boy. And after about 2 hours of Minecraft Championship, I came to the conclusion I just am not well enough to stream, so I had to leave. And I'm sorry if I came off like I was in a very bad mood or anything. But yeah. Oh, don't be sad, chat. I'm okay at the moment, I think. We'll give it an hour and see how I feel. I might be even more dead. But yeah. But no, today is fine. It is I am alive day. And I want to tell you all about, I'm just going to talk at you, chat, and I want to read your guys' responses to me, because I went and did a big scary thing. I went and did a big old spooky spook across the country. So, for those of you that don't know, I'm in a band called Lovejoy. We are a rock band, I think. I don't know. Every time I say what type of band we are, everyone's like, actually, I'd say you're more post-internet core pop. We're a guitar band. We play guitar music, chat, alright? Who doesn't know? Many people don't know, chat. Only you guys think everyone knows because you're in the little circle of Minecrafters. But you'll see what I mean. This story has a lot of, you guys really fucked with the status quo on this tour. If you came down to a show at any point on the tour, just know there was an old guy in a room going, what the fuck? Who are these guys? Anyway, so the tour started with me waking up and packing nothing. I was the only one who forgot to pack. I kind of forgot we were going to be going on such a long journey. So I showed up to the van. We rented a little van. It was when I say little van, it had a TV, chat. It had a TV, one like ahead and one for behind, so that anyone, no matter where they were sitting, could watch TV. And that TV had internet. Whoo! What a trip. I felt like I was on a big jet plane. But the seats were pretty comfy too. And after spending 20 days in a van, you eventually you all start functioning as one unit. Everyone in the van starts functioning as one unit. Like, it got to a point where we were like peeing in synchrony. Like, we'd be on a big drive down a motorway, and all at the same time we'd all be like, need to pee. And then we'd like we all became one person after all that time. I was sharing bodily fluids with Ash. Doing even worse things with Mark. But anyway, I showed up to the van and I was the only one who didn't pack anything. I brought a rubber tube, which I then lost, and my guitars, and that was it. And then I got in the van and we left. And the first place to go was Manchester. Now, chat, I've never been more north than Nottingham. If you've seen Tommy in its video where we would go paintballing, have you guys seen that? Why the tube? The tube will come in later, don't worry. Have you guys seen Tommy in its video where we go paintballing? You know the one. Yeah, you know the one. So we that was the most north I'd ever been, and that was a paintball facility in Nottingham. The first place we drove to was Manchester, which was fun. We were playing their festival, and they oversold tickets. Because of you guys, the entire festival oversold. Like, it was like I think they had like an exit survey of why people bought tickets, and the majority of like the couple thousand people that showed up had come for Lovejoy, which meant that they were forced to open a second show for us. So we did 2 shows in one day in Manchester because you guys, there were too many of you. Again, there were a lot of times when I was sat down in a room and an old person, when I say old, like an older person would come in and be like, so who the fuck are you guys then? Where did you come from? Because they were so, you guys, the Lovejoy fans are too powerful. You guys are too strong. So, but that did force me to play 2 shows in one day, which ended up being not the best thing. So the first show was at Gorilla. Gorilla was the first show. Hold on, I actually have a big list of all of the shows. I'm going to read off them. Like a script. That's the wrong account. Hold on. Here we go. So, the first show was Gorilla. And Gorilla was to 400 people. Which was fun. Gorilla was a really, really fun event. We came on wearing yellow ponchos because the moment we left Brighton, the car van, a wheel fell off the van. A wheel fell off our van at the very beginning we left. So we pulled over to the side of the road in the middle of the rain, and then we had to walk to the nearest like stopping zone. And they gave us little ponchos. The rescue people that came along to fix the car, they gave us little ponchos. We got to sit in the back of their van, which just stunk of rubber and like mechanic stuff. So don't say L for the wheel falling off the van. Holy shit. We got it on video though, so you'll see it in the next Ash vlog. So we walked that. Anyway, so we went on stage wearing those ponchos and we played a show. It was only half an hour because it was part of the festival. And it was good. It was fun. It was a really nice time. That's the radioactive fallout. Hold on, if I sit up, that will go away. Go away. There, I'll just sit like this. So we played Gorilla, which the entire venue was like a bunker. I don't know who was there. 400 of you were, but it was like a bunker. And the green room for that was like an attic place. And yeah, the opening band were really nice. They were like commenting on how passionate you guys were. Scared of your greasy hair. Me too, man. There we go. It's so bad. This is the worst it's been in like a while. This is what being ill and not washing your hair does. Anyway, I could just wear a hat. No, we're in too deep now. Anyway, so we played the show at Gorilla in our ponchos, which was really fun. It was a really good time. And then not less than a couple hours later, we were off to Canvas to play for an even louder crowd. Canvas blew Gorilla out of the water in terms of how loud they were. Canvas was another 400 people. And when I tell you what, chat, I don't think they finished making that venue when we showed up. It was like we walked in and we needed to be escorted in the lift because it was like a construction worker's lift. There was just scaffolding everywhere, paint buckets all over the place. There was like, I could see all the like drawings on the wall from like the construction worker saying like marking out different areas and things. It wasn't good, chat. It was crazy. I mean, it was fine, but it was a crazy thing. And then we show up in the green room and they're like, right, you guys need to go out on the stage and set up your instruments. So I'm like, okay. So we walk out on the stage and everyone's cheering like, woo! Because there's like 400, 500 people in this room who've been waiting like 3 hours for us to come on stage. We come out on stage and they're like cheering at us. And we just have to stand there and just awkwardly turn on our amps and like set everything up, bring our guitars on stage. And they keep like, and they go quiet to let me talk. But the microphone's not on. So I'm just stood there like, I can't, they hadn't set anything up. Because obviously it was like the venue wasn't finished being made, it looked like. So yeah, we then finished setting up our instruments and then we get off the stage. And I needed to pee. And the only bathroom was in the next door building. So the security escorts me through the crowd to go to the bathroom. I pee. I come back and I go immediately out on the stage and I'm like, hello, I just peed. And they're like, woo. Hold on, is there a video of this? Yeah, here we go. So here is here we go. So this is ooh, what the fuck is going on with this camera? Hold on. There we go. I'm just in darkness. Hi guys, it's me, the darkness. So yeah, this was Canvas. And and I was tired. And the fact that none of us had set up meant there was no sound check. Now, for those of you that know anything about music, a sound check is very important for figuring out your levels and, you know, what the crowd can hear. And this is what the crowd could hear. Do you hear that ringing? That wasn't a mistake with your computer. That was the microphone. It was a bit of a messy one. But we ended up having a solid gig in the end. Oh, that's a bad camera. Yeah. The crowd was sick though. If you were in the crowd for Canvas, you really, thanks to you guys, I don't think anyone could tell what was going wrong. Now that gig didn't have the most going wrong in it. You might not believe. But anyway, we stayed in Manchester for a little while. We stayed at the same Premier Inn for a while. We did a photo shoot and we were basically chat. I was given a budget for clothes. So I went only to thrift shops and I bought things like this and just the most old person jackets. I looked like the motherfucking Doctor Who by the end of it. It was pretty good. I had a great time. Then we went to Liverpool. Liverpool, great place. Showed up, had probably one of my favorite gigs ever. And I just want to show you because this fucking gig was so good. You guys were amazing. So here's the intro. I'm just in the darkness, ignore it. Don't you think that it gets better? Just you wait until next week. You keep that dark secret, but you're talking in your sleep. They were sick. They were absolutely sick. Joe failed to tell a story again. I'm not good at that storytelling. Listen to this shit. It was sick. It was good. If you Liverpool gig was absolutely just cat jam. It was cat jam. The entire gig was cat jam. Tell you what wasn't cat jam though, the Premier Inn afterwards. I don't even know if it was a Premier Inn for this one. I think it was a Holiday Inn. But we went and stayed at what was like a budget hotel. And I'm going to tell you, so the story is always told from our point of view. I want to give you an impartial point of view because I was so tired and I went straight to fucking bed. But the rest of the band didn't. And their side of the story is very different from mine. So we show up at this hotel and I check in. I get my keys and the man's very nice to me. Mark shows up with a big 6-pack of beer in his hands, and the Liverpudlian like scouse man at the desk is like, "You's better not fucking be drinking in each other's rooms and hanging out." And Mark's like, no, of course I won't. No, definitely I won't. It's about 1 a.m. Mark then starts walking down the corridors going, "Wahoo!" at the top of his lungs for some fucking reason, because he was drunk. He claims he wasn't drunk, but he fucking was. He starts shouting "Wahoo!" And he then goes to Joe's room with David. And Joe and David and Mark are hanging out, and there's a knock on the door. He answers the door, and it's the same concierge desk man who goes, "Can you stop saying fucking wahoo?" Which makes Mark laugh. Mark laughs and he goes, "Why are you laughing? What are you laughing for? Stop saying fucking wahoo." Mark almost gets thrown out. I ordered a pizza. I go downstairs to go and get my pizza, and then the man looks at me and goes, "I'm in 2 fucking minds to throw yous out." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Am I not allowed to get a pizza?" I didn't know what was going on because I hadn't been there. And from my point of view, I just got my key and gone to my room. So I comes downstairs to get my pizza, and he goes, I'm in two fucking minds to throw you fucking out of this hotel. And I'm like, what? I'm like, why? Am I not allowed to have my pizza? I'll eat it outside. I don't mind. I just don't know what I've done. And I get the pizza. And as I'm getting the pizza, I'm walking back and I'm like, Mark, I don't think we should... Mark is also coming to go and get food. And I'm like, Mark, I'd watch out. He doesn't like you ordering food to the venue, to the hotel. And Mark's like, oh, nah, it's just, I was just shouting wahoo. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean, Mark? And he's like, I was shouting wahoo, you know me. No, I don't know you, Mark. What does I'm shouting wahoo mean? And then a lady complains. A lady who was staying at the hotel, who was just fucking knocking back cigarettes outside in the car park. She complains at us because we were being too loud when going outside to get the food. I wasn't there for this bit, so I don't... Maybe they were being too loud, but I just don't see it happening. I just see Mark is the problem here. And yeah, and they basically just came and were just like, yo, if we get one more complaint, you're getting thrown out. So I just went to Mark and I went, Mark, I know you're drunk, but just stay in the fucking room. Do not leave your room. And he was like, all right. That was the end of that. And then we woke up at 8 a.m. and that woman was still smoking cigarettes. Still, she hadn't moved. Anyway, we then drive to Cardiff, which was a fucking... Who came up with that idea, for a start? Who was like, oh yeah, they've just come from Liverpool. Let's send them to fucking Cardiff. That's far away. So we go to Cardiff, and I'm having a bit of a fangirl moment because I don't know if you guys know, I'm a bit of a Los Campesinos fan. I'm a very big Los Campesinos fan, and the venue we played at are one that Los Campesinos played at, one of their early ones because they're from Cardiff. So being in Cardiff in a venue that I know Los Campesinos had played at was kind of like, I was like, what? It was crazy. I was very excited, and we show up and it's quite cool. It's got like a little balcony area, and yeah, it was sick. I had a great time. That show was a weird one. I couldn't really hear my own voice. Sorry, no, I could hear my voice. I couldn't hear my guitar, so I was kind of just singing random like notes, hoping it was in the same key of the song. Like I knew how the songs went, so I just kind of sung what I remember. If you were at that Cardiff show, sorry if I sounded trash. Hold on, do I have videos of the Cardiff show? Did anyone film that one? Apparently. Yes, Lovejoy Plough Encore into Cardiff. Here we go. This was Cardiff. I had my favorite setup. Yeah, like this setup. Yeah, I couldn't hear my voice here. Oh, I couldn't hear the guitar. But Cardiff was sick. You guys were loud as hell. Yeah, what I liked about Cardiff, no one was talking in the crowd. You guys were all focused. It was like I looked over the crowd and everyone was like staring. They weren't the loudest though. They weren't the loudest, but they were sick. They were very sick. We loved them. Is Tommy in my chat? Why would Tommy in it be in my chat? He's too busy. He never shows up anymore. Or are they talking about something else? Did I miss something? Go on, Tommy. What is it? Nope, Tommy's not in chat. You lied to me. You just saying Tommy. I got excited. But yeah, Cardiff was fun. Cardiff was good. We then went up to Sheffield to play at one of the first venues the Arctic Monkeys played at, the Lead Mill, which was also sick for the same reason. I love the Arctic Monkeys. Not as much as Los Campesinos, but I do really, really love the Arctic Monkeys. And going to the Lead Mill, because I'd heard of the Lead Mill, was amazing. And if I'm honest with you, chat, they're actually planning to shut the lead mill down. Hold on. Do I have the... There was a... Here we are. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I can't go to it. Anyway, they're planning to shut down the lead mill, which is the venue we played at. So if you guys could go and find the petition, that I can't actually find the right one. If you guys could go find the petition and sign it to save it, it would be sick, because it's just government shit. It's fucking money grubbing. I think the government's actually in favor of saving the lead mill, but it's like just money grabbing people trying to shut down like cool stuff. All right, don't let it happen. Get rid of them. Start signing this petition, which I can't find. But yeah, we played the lead mill. We played Sheffield, which was one of the weirdest shows in terms of the crowd. You guys, I don't know if it was the venue or what, but like when I was showing up, everyone was like, oh yeah, Yorkshire crowds, they're mental, they go fucking crazy, bro. And like you guys, especially the guys down at the front, were fucking sick. And I don't know if it was just the shape of the room or whatever, but we went off the stage and no one started calling for an encore. So we just thought, do we just go home? Like what happens? Like we had like 3 songs left, and you know, we went off the stage to do for the encore, and no, there was just not, everyone was just like quietly stood there like, yep, they're done now. And we were just stood in the wings like, do we go? Do we leave? But no, eventually you guys did start shouting for the encore, and we came back. But we were thinking like, do we just go home? Do we just go home now? Is that the end of the show? But no, yeah, Lead Mill was really fun. That was also our first show with Good Kid, which was sick. And also my first show with my Tamagotchi. Yay, I got him, my main man. His name's Hungy. He's asleep right now because he goes to bed at 9 p.m. every night. But his name's Hungy. He's my boy. He's my good time pal, my ride or die, my sweet chum. Yeah, that was the first one. That was where we got our Tamagotchi. And it was because a fan at a previous show had got us a painted Pebble Brain Tamagotchi. You know who you are out there. Which I wore. But then Zoe decided it was hers now. So, which pissed me off. So I went out and bought everyone Tamagotchis so Zoe would give me the Pebble Brain one. Which I still have. But I think he's doing okay. I think he's upstairs. I fed him like a couple hours ago. So yeah, but now I have Hungy, who he joined me for the rest of the tour, and I'm the only one with mine still alive. Can I add? Everyone's died apart from mine. I want to make it clear, I am the best. Who's Zoe? Zoe was the trumpeter. She is the is she shorter or taller than Lasagna? There's 2 of them, Lasagna and Zoe. They're the trumpeters on the side. But yeah, chat, I just want to say that mine is I'm the only one who kept my Tamagotchi alive, alright? So everyone else has died. Then from Sheffield we moved up to Nottingham. Nottingham was the one that I think most of you were at. It was the one with the biggest audience. It was also the first one where they actually met my demands. For those of you that don't know, chat, I've taken after my favorite band, Los Campesinos, and they have a series of demands that they think bands should be making when they're picking out shows. Because at the moment, like, venues as a whole are just run to grab money out of you and to not actually look after people in a modern sense. So they have very limited disabled access, very limited stuff for people with sensory problems who may need extra support, very little in terms of financial support. They never have like cheaper tickets for less financially like people with a worse financial situation. And so Nottingham were the first venue that actually appeased that. They had a full disabled section. They had a full section for people who might have more audio sensory problems. Or so I was told. I hope so. There was an entire booth at the top that I kept waving up at. And yeah, they were the first ones. So to the Metronome, to the Nottingham Metronome, good. We'll be going back. And I want you guys to show up as much as you did last time for when we go back, because they were sick. They did a really sick job of everything that we needed. They were the first, and I'm sure they won't be the last. Tommy says Nottingham appeases the poor. Very good, Tommy. Yes, your hometown. Your hometown did well. When are you going to go to a Nottingham Forest game, Tommy? Come on, man. You've got in the Premier League. Kind of. If you call that being in the Premier League. I'm only pissed because they beat Brighton. Yeah. We tried to hand out water to people at these shows. If anyone was like feeling down or out of it. We were trying to hand out water. And we did our best, but if you were at any of the shows where there was like a barrier between us and you, we couldn't hand you water. We tried our best though, and we tried to get security to do it as well. Yeah, it's a long, arduous task, I've found, finding venues that will appease my requests, because you tell a lot of them like, hey, we want a second ticket option that's cheaper. A lot of them will go, oh yeah, we just don't do that. It's like, well, motherfucker, start doing it. Like, what? Like what? You just think it just happens? It just spawns. Like, the idea just appeared. It annoyed me. It really annoyed me. Reaching out to these venues being like, hi, can you offer cheaper tickets, like limited cheaper tickets? The way I want to do it is I want to do that. There's a select bunch of cheap tickets. And then if you still need cheap tickets, you have to like email a process. Yeah. It's to stop. I don't think anyone is going to choose them if they can afford the more expensive ones. Anyway, you know how it be. People, money, ugh. Then we went to Hull. I don't know how many of you have been to Hull in the chat. Now, I lived in a pretty poorer part of London, and so I don't think this is down to money, the reason why I didn't like it in this place. Hull felt very sad as a town. You and the crowd were great, but going around Hull, it felt like it didn't feel like they would have had. It felt like it had money. It felt like it. It just felt like it was a bit. It didn't feel like anyone cared about Hull. Do you know what I mean? The church was shut down. They boarded up the church. Chat. The drive through Hull town centre, they'd boarded up the church, and one of the houses, they built a carpet shop in front of the house that people were living in. Has anyone been to Hull? Did this place really exist? Did I just imagine Hull? It's like Imagine Dragons. Imagine Hull. Look, I lived in a rougher part of East London for a few years, and that place had so much culture and personality. I loved it. I loved the diversity. I loved all of the market streets. When I was in Hull, oh, I'm sorry if you love Hull. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry if you love Hull, but the venue also had a bit of problems too. The monitors were all broken. It was no fault of the venue staff. They did great. Everything about the venue was sick. It felt like an old boat. But their monitors were broken. For those who don't know, monitors are little speakers that point at your face. So that you can hear yourself sing. I don't know if you've ever used like a speech jammer so it's harder to talk, or like you've tried to talk while hearing your own voice back, like on a delay. Now imagine singing while that's happening. That's what having no monitors was like. We know what monitors are. Well, okay. Sorry. Okay, jeez, I was just trying to help. But the monitors were broken, so I just screamed at the top of my lungs instead. I didn't sing anything. If you were at the Hull show, you were probably like, wow, Will's putting in so much energy to this performance, and I was just stood there desperately trying to scream over the sound of all the instruments so I could hear myself. So yeah, guess what then happens the next day? We go to Stoke-on-Trent, historic town on the River Trent, and I wake up in the morning and I'm like, let's get out, all right. That's what I do in the morning, and everyone goes, "Oh no!" And so that was at about 8 a.m. The show is at about 8 p.m. At about 1 or 2 p.m., I realize, oh fuck, I still can't sing. I go, oh shit, I still can't sing. So we start calling up people who know about like all the shows and stuff, and people who've like on our team, and they were all like, you should cancel the show. Because I don't know if you guys know, but if you have a really damaged voice from shouting or doing lots of singing, and then you proceed to sing again, you can end up doing like permanent damage to your voice. You can end up doing like you can get little nodules which can require surgery to remove, and during the surgery process you're not allowed to sing for like a year. So it's pretty much a career ender for me if I were to completely destroy my voice, as you can imagine. Because like if I don't sing for a year, I don't know how many of you guys would wait for a new Lovejoy show or a new Lovejoy song 1 year. Imagine you guys not being able to see me stream for a year. I'd come back and I wouldn't have any audience anymore. So that's like end of career. So they all tell me, no singing. You gotta be completely, you gotta have a day off, you gotta rest your voice, and then you gotta do leads in 3 days. We toyed with the idea, and we instead decided no, we were going to do the show. But what we did, now here's what, this was all Ash's idea, I want to add, right? So this is all comes down to Ash. Ash says, why don't we do a show where we just play the instruments and everyone sings? So we go on the stage and we play the songs fully, but everyone in the crowd sings the words at us. And I maybe talk out some easy ones, because like even with a broken voice, I can still go, under the weight of a broken nose. You know, I can do that. So he's like, why don't we just get them to sing the words, and we'll do it like a big karaoke with the whole band. We go, okay, sure. So then we start telling all of our like promotion team and stuff, and all of our team behind the scenes, like, hey, we want to do a show where we just don't sing. And they're like, no, just cancel it. You need to cancel. It's just a Stoke-on-Trent show. And we ignored them. And our manager was like, yeah, ignore them. Do it. Fuck it. So yeah, we did something kind of weird and different in that we went on stage, and bear in mind this was a 14 plus gig, so there were a lot of parents there too who didn't know who the fuck we were, like old-fashioned parents who I'm sure were going to be very excited to see a rock band play. And then we come on stage and go, hi, we're not going to sing. You guys have got to sing every song. So we then front load the show by playing like the most intense singing ones first, because I can kind of sing the later ones. So we do the intense singing ones first, and it was quite awkward. I'm not going to lie to you, chat. We're never doing that again. If you were at the Stoke gig, why am I not playing any music? I'm sorry, chat. If you were at the Stoke gig and you got to enjoy the karaoke show, I'm sorry to say that's it. We're definitely not doing that again. It was fun. It went really, really well. And Stoke's crowd were easily the loudest, because they had to be. I mean, they were like, there were times when I could hear them louder than the drums, and I was stood in front of the drums. Like, it was ridiculous. We brought on Good Kid to sing one day, because you can't have a karaoke one day. Someone's got to sing one day. So yeah, and it was loads of fun. It was sick. Never doing it again. Never doing that again, chat. So that was a once in a lifetime opportunity if you got to go to that gig. We're never doing that again. And when we came off stage at that gig, the very first thing Ash says, like, Ash turns to us and he just goes, how the fuck did we pull that off? Because it was so fucked. Like it was that we were just stood there playing. Imagine you come on the stage and you see this. Hold on. Imagine you come on the stage and you see this. Ready? Woo! in a quiet room. That's what it was. That was the entire show. And Stoke smashed it, but obviously not everyone knows every lyric. So when a really intense song comes on and not everyone knows the lyrics, it was just silence in the room. But yeah, it was really fun. And to make up for my lack of singing, I went and met every single person outside afterwards. We had 200 people waiting outside the venue, and I met every single person. I do want to add now though, chat, after doing all this and after meeting people after shows and stuff, as we head into bigger and bigger crowds, I don't know how often I'm going to be able to go out and say hi to you guys afterwards. Probably rarely, if at all. Maybe like a couple waves and like a hi or how's it going. But like, it got to a point where every time we'd leave a venue, like we left a venue at Leeds for a festival, and there was a crowd and they were begging for photos. But it's like, it's a festival. It's not our show. There was another band inside setting up, and everyone was just outside wanting to meet us. We couldn't stop and say hi to you. That would be incredibly rude. So it just gets to a point where, like, especially when that show had 1,000 people too, it's like, I don't know how often we're going to be able to come out and say hi to people. At smaller shows, maybe, but bigger shows, I don't know. But another reason for why I probably won't be going out and saying hi to people at many shows afterwards is that, at least not without a mask, is because at Stoke, I got this illness. Now, chat, this is where it gets intense. We drive to Leeds that evening after Stoke. And we arrive in Leeds. We get into the lovely Premier Inn. I go have my evening bath, which, by the way, if you're a singer and you're on tour and you don't have like a nebulizer or like a steam thing, just run a big warm bath. Trust me. Big warm bath, and then turn the shower on above the bath. Room gets steamy, you breathe it in, your voice feels as good as new. I was like, when I started this tour, I had one of my mum's friends, who is awful, by the way, if you're listening to this. You suck. One of my mum's friends, who I don't like very much, and who will never know I'm saying this about them, so I can say whatever I want, because I'm not going to say their name. Haha, it could be any of you. One of my mum's friends was like, "Oh, Will, how many shows Will doing? Oh, has he ever done that many shows? Oh, it's his first tour. He's gonna lose his voice. He won't be able to finish the show. He's gonna lose his voice." Well, Karen, if that is your real name, it's not Karen. It's not Karen. But I was like, well, Karen, I'm gonna prove you wrong. So I studied voice maintenance and how to keep your voice fresh and ready to go day after day after day for a month straight. And I fucking did it, chat. I want to say, aside from that one day in Stoke, but by the end of the show, my voice was fine, and you can hear me now. I came back 3 days ago, and my voice is fine. I have no croakiness. Go la 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 la. I'm fine. It's wonderful. But I bring it down to baths. I thank baths for doing it. I genuinely believe that I've seen every Premier Inn bath now. They have a layout of the baths in Premier Inns, and they're all the same, and I've worked out how they all work. And let me tell you, Type B, which I've coined, after Type A, Type B, Type C, I've coined the bath types, right? A Type B Premier Inn bath, which is a type with no overflow spillage valve, right? And you have a connector port that connects the shower head to like a like bath head. That's the one, because you can proper steam the room up with that bad boy. All right, just letting you know. Premier Inn bath Type B, that's the one. But anyway, we show up at Leeds. I have my bath. I go to bed fresh as a daisy. In fact, no, I ate at TGI Fridays that night. And I had a chocolate cake. It was the Brighton v Brentford game, which I left halfway through because I was miserable. But I had a TGI Fridays, and I was the only one who ordered dessert, and I ordered dessert with coffee in, because I didn't know it had coffee in it. It was like a coffee cake. I ate it, and by about 2 a.m. I was wide awake and I couldn't sleep. So I banged out a bath to knock me out, and it knocked me out pretty well. I fell asleep, and then at 6 a.m. I woke up. Now that's not like me on the best of days, to wake up at 6 in the morning, chat. All right? A human being is not meant to sleep from 1 in the morning until 6 in the morning, right? Stop la-la-lying, chat, all right? It's over. Because you're like, it's like a primary school. It's like I'm like a teacher. I'm like a substitute teacher in front of all the kids, and I go, la-la-la, and then all the kids are going, la-la-la, la-la-la, la-la-la. You can't, look, calm down, all right? Someone earlier, a verified person, I didn't see who you were, said that my cough sounded awful. And then I think it was Tommy said I sound like an iPad kid cough. So I just want to let you know, other verified person watching who said that, Tommy, you are better than Tommy. So there. But anyway, I wake up at 6 a.m. and I'm like, ooh, why am I shaking? Why am I violently shaking right now? And I stand up and I go and I shut my window, and I look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm completely pale. Okay. I then proceed to vomit into the toilet, and I go, and then I can't stop shaking. So much so I have to lie down on the floor with a blanket on me because I don't want to leave the toilet. So I'm laying down on the floor with the duvet over me, shaking violently. And it's at this point I call my manager, because he's awake. He's flying in from Ireland at this point. And I go, hey, Dave, I'm dying, I think. I think this is it. I think this is the end for me. I've never been like this. I've never been vomiting and like shaking. And he goes, oh shit. And he's like, do you want an IV? No, Dave, I don't want an IV. What do you think I should do? And he's like, do you think you can play the show? Bear in mind, we're playing an afternoon show at Leeds. So we're going to be on stage in roughly like 4 hours. Like it's like I'm setting up sound checking at 10 in the morning. It's 6 a.m. currently. I go, Dave, I don't know what to do. And he's like, why don't you just go back to sleep and see how you feel? And I go, okay. So I sleep on the floor. I wake up 2 hours later at 8 a.m. and I vomit again, and I'm still shaking, and now I've got a cough and a runny nose, and I go, uh-oh. I do a COVID test. I do not have COVID. So I go, I'm just fucking immortal. Immortal, as they'd say in Leeds. And I go, I should probably cancel. So I'm like kind of pissed off because we got so far on all the shows and I hadn't cancelled. And I was proving fucking Karen wrong that I could do it, you know? That I could do a month of everyday shows. And now today, on the last day, I feel like I'm going to die. So I asked the tour manager if he could bring me some medicine and like a really, really simple sandwich. Like a fucking, I'm talking a Tesco's Just Cheese kind of vibe, you know? I'm talking Tesco's Just Cheese with baked ready salted crisps and some water. That's what I'm talking for my meal deal this morning. I take the meds, I eat the food, I say to him, look, can I skip sound check? Can I just show up like just before? Basically, I come up with a plan. Either we cancel, or what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay in bed and just wrap up like a burrito and just shut my eyes and just wait. And then when it's time for me to go and sing songs, I go out on the stage, I jump around a bit, I play some songs, we brought a bucket. If you were at the Leeds show, did you see the sick bucket on stage with me? I go, no, we come out, play some la 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 la, do my songs, do my singing, and then the minute it's over, they just wheel me off back to bed. Like, it was just like a, get me out of bed, put me on a stage, take me off the stage, put me back in bed. We chose up the second one. We chose the second one instead of cancelling. The main reason I didn't cancel, chat, was for this venue of 1,000 people, security had told us that at 8 a.m, Doors were going to be at 12 p.m., bear in mind. At 8 a.m., there was a crowd. There was a crowd of 198 people in a big line going all the way around the venue. Chat, and some people were on the plane coming over from Sweden. Some people were on the plane coming from Poland. We had people coming all the way from like Scotland and things like that, because this was the nearest show to Scotland. You try cancelling to that group. So I went, let's fucking do this. I smash down the meds. I lay in bed. I feed my Tamagotchi. I make sure he's well. He's shouting at me, and I'm like, motherfucker, I've got my own problems. I think I fell asleep again, and then I wake up at like midday, and they're like, okay, sound check's over. Everyone's been let in. It's time for you to get on stage. I get to the venue. I snack down on a banana. I haven't even seen the stage yet, bear in mind. I'm up in the green room. I'm eating my banana. Everyone's there like, you're right. Ash is ill as well, but albeit either he's a lot better at dealing with illness than me, or he just wasn't as ill as me. But he's there too. And eventually we go out on stage. I don't breathe on anyone purposefully. We get brought onto the stage, and I'm put in front of 1,000 people. Chat, have you ever seen 1,000 people in a room? That shit fucking scary. That's fucking terrifying. And I play the show. I play the show to 1,000 people, and I didn't vomit, and I jumped around, and I sung, and I danced. And then the minute the show was over, they carried me off stage, put me in the car, and sent me back to the bed. And I went to sleep. And no one was any the wiser. For all you knew, you Leeds goers, I was just a happy guy. On stage I mentioned briefly I had a stomach ache. That's all I said. So yeah, I was a trooper. I was a big boy, and I just want you guys to say good job, Will, because I haven't told anyone else that story really. And the band were just like, but obviously, yeah. Thank you. And then after Leeds, we drove home. Me still feeling ill. We drove all the way home to Brighton. And here I am. That was the tour, chat. What how many of you managed to go? Did you have a good time? If you managed to go, which show did you manage to get to? For those of you as well, I'm going on tour again. Very, very soon. We're going around Europe next. And maybe America. Maybe more than just New York and LA. Maybe in the future. So yeah, we're going around Europe. I was just saying at the start that we're gonna try and get more dates added to Poland and Germany and the Netherlands. Why not Netherlands? We are going to the Netherlands. You fucking open your eyes. Where are you going? At the moment, a few places. Wait, do you guys know we're going to the Netherlands, right? Has that been released yet? Yes, it has. Okay, good. Yes, good. Yeah, I just want to add as well, you saying to come to a country means nothing. I don't decide what countries to go to. If you want to make us come to a country, you should make noise in a big public setting, like Twitter, or just privately to the people who will let us come and play shows. Why don't you message your nearby venue? Thing is, chat, it's very dangerous to go into like a person's chat, even on Twitter. Actually, I'm actually going to tell you now, no, don't do that, what I just said on Twitter, and spam out publicly where we should go. You need to be careful. If you're a minor and you are saying where you live, that's silly. That's like internet etiquette 101. Am I gonna have to get Tiddy Pang out here to give you another lesson? Is that now becoming a chat inside joke? Tiddy Pang do you guys remember Tiddy Pang? Do you guys remember him? Or was it Danger Boy? I think it was Danger Boy. Danger Boy was the one who taught us. Yeah, okay, Danger Boy was the one who taught us about fucking thing. Yeah, I did mean Danger Boy. Sorry, Robin. Yeah, Robin's pointed out I did mean Danger Boy, yeah. Yeah, remember your internet safety. Also, it's just a pain in the ass for me to have to keep banning you guys for spamming where you live. So do you guys want to know how they choose where we're gonna play? By the way, just so I don't want you to spam where you live, all right? Otherwise, we're gonna go sub only mode. But listen, this is how they. If you guys were curious, this is how they decide it, right? So as far as I'm aware, bear in mind I don't do any of this stuff, right? As far as I'm aware, there is someone's job who is the booking agent. He represents the band, and this can sometimes be a member of the band. But in our case, we have our own one because we're very fortunate. Who goes out and reaches out to venues around the world that our statistics show we have an audience there. So for instance, if you are our only listener in Nuuk, Greenland, we're probably not going to be going there. However, if the entire population of Nuuk, Greenland is listening to our music, we go there. It's done as a percentage of the population of each city. Now, Spotify and Apple all give statistics of the cities of every country in the world, right? So if you live in Manila, for instance, and you listen to Lovejoy, which there's a lot of people in Manila who listen to Lovejoy, that's our biggest Asian area. There's a large percentage that means that the money grubbing little people who want to, they know that they're going to get their money back because they look at the statistics of who's listening and they go, oh, loads of people in Manila, they'll probably buy tickets, right? Now, at the same time, the booking agent then goes to these venues around the place and says, hey, will you take the band? Now, in our case, it's been really weird because we came up during COVID. We hadn't played shows, right? We hadn't played any shows. So when we go to Krakow and Warsaw and say, hey, can we play a show? The Polish venue people can't just go, yeah, because they don't know if we can sell tickets, right? Which is why as soon as you guys completely broke the website and there was a queue for 7,000 of you to buy a ticket for 200 capacity in Warsaw, they went, oh shit, okay, guess we'll give you more venues. That's how it works. And I understand you're frustrated, it's an annoying thing, but bear in mind, I'm not stopping. This is gonna happen many moons, all right, chat. If you aren't able to come to these gigs, you can come to another, and you can come to the next. And these early ones are gonna be different, right? These early ones we're doing, I can't lie, are different, and there's definitely like a once in a lifetime thing to be able to come to an early gig. So I understand why not being able to come to the early gigs is a sad thing, but the later ones down the line, I'm gonna try and get better. So they'll be better, they'll be different, and you know, you might get into one of the later ones that someone from the early ones doesn't get to go to, so you might be able to get a totally unique experience. Don't worry, all right? Stop worrying. Stop making fun of my pronunciation of Krakow either. Wish I could go to one. David's in my chat right now, and he just said he wishes he could go to one. For those of you who don't know, David drives the van for our gigs, and part of his job is that he's been to every single Lovejoy gig. In fact, David is the only member of Lovejoy, apart from the band, to have been to every single Lovejoy gig. David, what was your favorite one? What was the best Lovejoy gig, David? Go on. Which was your favorite? Is he gonna answer? I'm looking for him. He's got a little VIP badge. He said Liverpool. Liverpool was sick. Liverpool was sick. Yes, a good answer from a good boy. Yeah, David is the only person ever who's been to every single... David, I know, I just said Liverpool louder. Yeah. So that's how it works. Now, chat, I know a lot of you... Now, the reason... I know there's a lot of you here who don't give a shit about gigs. I follow some bands, and I just don't give a shit about when they play gigs. I just want to talk about my tour. What I know that some of you do care about is when our new music's coming out. Now, when we got back from touring, the first thing we did when we got back from touring was go into the studio to record our next EP. So the plan is that very, very soon you will have a single coming out to promote the new EP, which should be coming out a few months later. That's all ready to go. It's ready. I think you're gonna love it. It's a song none of you have heard before. We've never played it live. It's a brand new one, this single, and we hope you're gonna enjoy it. And chat, when I release it, I want you to bump it. I need you to just churn it up. I need you to just be fucking show your mom this. I never knew this. When Lovejoy releases a single, that's not a single anymore. That's a raccoon. Text your mom this and comment Lovejoy raccoons. Yeah. So I hope you're excited, because I am, because there's some weird stuff in this new song, and I want to know what you guys will think of it. I do some weird stuff that so you guys know I'm a big fan of my weird music, and well, not my weird music, but like my emo-y music, and there's a lot of emo techniques I've never done before. Okay, but what about the hedgehog? I just like him. I think he's cool. There's no deep meaning. I just like the hedgehog. I promise. There's nothing else. But yeah, you know I like my emo music and my weird shit. Well, I actually tried out some techniques in this EP that I've never done before. The music in itself is not very different. It's quite similar to our style. I genuinely, just because my music taste hasn't progressed much from our first EP. I'm sure when I'm an old man, I'll do the Arctic Monkeys thing. I'll just start making jazz. But for now, I'm very much still rock and roll, right? Jumpy, dancey music. It's a bit less Pebble Brain, this new music. It's a bit more Are You Alright? It's a little bit more thought out songwriting wise, I think. There's a lot less, because in the first EP it was just verse, chorus, outro. Whilst this is a lot more, we go about a few weird directions, and do some weird stuff like I came up with a thing that goes like fuck. Yeah, I'm really good at it, can you tell? And then I was like, hey, let's slap that on the end of this song. Yeah, so there's a lot of songs that have been through some really weird directions and stuff. That song I just played, actually, Rambu has a part in. I know I always seem to have a little story for these songs, but actually there isn't really any for any of this EP. All of this EP was done just by me and the band. There's very little input, mainly because I want to keep it a surprise. When like Tommy and stuff finally hear it, I want them to be just this. By the way, mods, you can turn off your only mode now. I think it's fine. Or I'll do it. Let me do it. There we go. Look, I did it. I brought you all back. So I haven't shown any of the Twitch streamers any of the songs apart from Rambu. After I did his Full Ghost stream with him before I went on tour, I just had a chat with him and he let me just play the new songs to him. So I just sat with my guitar and I played every single. He doesn't have a part. Sorry, let me explain. I played every single one of the new songs to him. And one of them I played to him and he went, eh. He was like, I don't, he was like, yeah, because I told him I'm going to cut this. And I was like, this is your Tommy in It perfume moment. This is where you can save it. So I played him the song and he went, yeah. He was like, I get why you're cutting it. And he was like, how about instead you change one of the chords? So he doesn't know what chord it was, but he starts like walking me through the song. And he goes, that one. And he points me out, he goes, that chord, just change it to this. Like, change it to another sound. So I try out some new sounds for him, and he goes, yeah, I like number 3. So I put number 3 in. And then from there, I don't know, he just lit a spark in me, old Rambu did. And I just procedurally went through the song. And he saved the song, technically. So, because I'm not trying to make money off of my friends, though, I'm not going to tell you which one it was until after the songs are released. But yeah, but Rambu's the only one who's had a say. No one else has actually heard any of the songs. Apart from Phil. I played one of the new ones to Phil on stream. Is Phil here? Do you want to hear the whole thing, Phil? It's the one that goes like this, Phil. It's the one that goes like this. That one. Remember that one, Phil? I showed that one to you. What about the one that goes 1, 2, 3, 4? I like music, chat. Chat, I'm gonna be honest with you. Can I drop a bombshell on you, chat? I really think I vibe with the atmosphere we've made in the studio. No, I really vibe with the atmosphere of my work right now. I feel very accomplished in like creatively, which I haven't felt for a very long time. I think since sort of your new boyfriend era, that was where I felt like the most creatively accomplished, and I think that kind of lit a spark in me, where I felt like I want to make stuff that people afterwards say, wow, that meant a lot to me when that happened, you know, which is hard to come by with streaming, because I understand how important being a streamer is, and how, you know, I don't think I'm that important, but I understand how important some streamers can be for some people. And I've always struggled to really connect with that, not with the emotional part, but with the creative side. Like I look at people like Germa, I look at people like Ludwig, I look at some of, you know, some great creators, and I think, yeah, they fucking nailed it, you know, they've got this down. But I'm always there like, I feel like I'm still doing a good job. I just don't feel like I'm like, you know, I don't feel like I'm really nailing my love with what you guys love. And for the first time since going on this tour and seeing you guys' faces and working in the studio and writing songs and like taking my time on it and actually loving it, for the first time I feel like I'm very, very happy with what I'm doing for the first time in a long time. And I wanted to say to you guys, if it would be cool with you if we keep going the way we're going, you know, where I stream 2, 3, 4 times a month, and I keep you up to date on what's going on. I do just chatting with you. We play a bit of Minecraft every now and then, you know. And when I have a long spree of nothing to do, I'll just hop on every day, every other day, whenever I'm free, and just hang out with you guys. And then when I've got stuff I need to do, I disappear, as long as I promise I'm coming back. Do you guys vibe with that? Like, and then at the same time, there's a big thing happening, which I can't tell you about, but I can tell you when it's happening, and it's January. And this big thing is like something that's been coming years. I mean, fucking years. And you guys won't be able to guess what it is, I don't think. But when you know what it is, you're gonna go, oh, that's obvious. Why hadn't that happened before? That's coming in January. So what I want my time on the internet for you guys to be is these streams where I chat and hang out and we have a great time and we play video games and I talk at you and I keep you updated on what's going on. My music, touring, writing songs, releasing music, being a musician, and, you know, going out filming music videos and making friends with people who are musicians and working with them and stuff. And this secret project that's starting in January. It's not merch, chat, you won't be able to guess it, I promise you. But like when it comes out, you'll go, oh, that makes sense. And it's not merch. Merch isn't. This is a creative thing. This is something that you guys will be able to enjoy for free. It's not Rust. It's starting in January. If I can have these 3 things, I'll be happy. And I hope that that's enough for you guys. Are you fine with that? Are you cool with that? Because I would love to do that for you. And that's how I think I'll be able to make the best stuff for you. Yeah. Collab with Ed Sheeran. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to go meet Ed Sheeran. I want to make a song with him. I want to do a version of me and Ed Sheeran. We'd smack out You Know Me, You Don't Know Me, I Don't Need You. What am I fucking... my brain. You Need Me, I Don't Need You. Me and Ed Sheeran would smack out some You Need Me, I Don't Need You if he was down for that. Guitar lessons. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm getting guitar lessons, finally. I've needed them for so long. Do you want a guitar? Should we do a guitar lesson? Shall we do how to play one day? Hey, YouTube clip channel, please ignore my greasy hair. Can you put, hey, if you're gonna put this on a clip channel, put in the description, Wilbur said how he didn't wash his hair today, so they stopped judging me. So we'll do a lesson for one day, because that one's fun. So the first chord for one day is this, right? Now this chord, I'm going to be numbering them from the top. So for instance, if I do a fully open, that is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? On a C chord though, you know, classic C chord, everyone knows it, that is going to be X, 3, 2, 0, 1, 0, right? So each number corresponds to a fret for each string, right? I don't care how you do it, but that's where the fret is being pressed. Does that make sense? I'm going to go quite quickly. So, for this first chord, it is X, 9, 7, 9, 0, X. Right? Again, X, 9, 7, 9, 0, X. So there's a little open B string in there. All of my songs have like a droning B flat in the background. I don't know if you noticed. That is because I have my B string tuned to B flat, and I always hit that fucking B string. So the way you play this song is not with any interesting strumming, but rather interesting pressure on the left hand. So instead of going between each strum, you're going to lessen your pressure on your left hand. So you go, yeah? Cool. So that's literally the strumming all the way through. Notice how I'm pressing on and off to mute the string. Now you want to take that shape and you want to slide it down so that the highest string is the 4th fret. It's the 4th fret, 4, 2, 4 instead. The strumming is slightly different. It's really, the strumming is kind of weird. I'm a folk guitarist. That's how I learn. So all of my strummings are like, so it's. So on this, it's mainly up strums. Right? Now, I want you to change to X, 5, 7, 6, 0. Right? That's all open. There's no... It's just all... And then you go, and then with your little finger, hammer on just above the 6th fret. So where your middle finger sat on the 6th fret, hammer on your little finger just onto the 7th fret above it, so it's... Yeah. And then finally, you end on an A. That's it. That's the entire verse. And then the little bit I do here is X 12 11 11. Why'd you have to kill my cat? Why'd I have to take you back? And why'd I play the empire? Yeah, there you go. Oh, and then the chorus is you just flip the shapes. So you start down here and you go X 2 4 2. One day, okay? And then you go up to that same shape, the third shape on the verse. One day, I know that they're focused on the future, maybe one day. Oh baby, isn't life so fucking good, sister? One day, know that you will be there one day. Focus on the future, maybe one day. Baby, isn't life so... There you go. That's how you play One Day. Woo! I'm gonna sound like every Ultimate Guitar page, but listen to the song for strumming patterns and structure. Oh, inconsistent. I really hope you'll like the new music. I've done a very good job of Pebble Brain. I tried to hit every note, which I failed at, but I tried my best to hit every note perfectly. In this new EP, I think I've done quite a good job in like putting the emotion of the song. I basically listened back to the original takes of me recording the music, and I really felt the deep meaning of what my lyrics were saying, so that I actually sounded a bit more like I was, you know, actually singing the words, not just trying to make the notes. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, chat? Yeah? You know what I mean? That's how it be. Yeah, clap clap. Thank you, chat. Thank you. The deep meaning. The deep meaning, exactly. This EP is mostly about understanding where you fit in a world of romantics. It's about sleep. It's about health and hypochondria. And it's about boredom and going through the motions. And basically the line from Parrot Perfume where it goes, it seems like all her friends abruptly fell in love. And she was in the dust, darling, life was streaming past. So she learnt to lie and she learnt how to pretend. That's what this is about. Yeah, that's what the new EP is about. And I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I'm never good at writing happy songs. I'm quite a happy guy at the moment. I'm having a good time, but I just can't write happy songs. I suck at it, man. Us Aromantics will steal your song. You Aromantics need to read my lyrics. If you should read It's All Futile, It's All Pointless. Figure out what it's about, man. And Perfume, and pretty much most of my music. Anyway, I think that's all I can do tonight. I'm warm and tired, and Phil's still live, which means I have to raid him. But yeah, thank you so much for coming down, chat. You guys have been absolutely amazing as always. I can't wait to hang out with you guys again very soon, and we'll do more chatting, and we'll maybe play some Minecraft. I need to do my hardcore flatgrass. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight, and I'll see you all very soon. Farewell, kings of Babylon.